What's going on, people? Just an update of where we're at. I know it's been a minute. I'm in the truck right now. I'm in the process of moving into it. DOT, it passed this trip. They did get the Qualcomm installed, and yeah, fun stuff. And they got the stickering on the side of the truck, so it officially has a number on it now, and the least 2 stickers. So yeah, that's all got done. I just had to run in a terminal, which I didn't really want to do, just because of things. But luckily, there's not a lot of people at the fuel desk right now. But I had to get the IFTA stickers for the truck. Obviously, those are fleet wide. They're the same sticker, same number. My hut and the registration, the new registration for the plate, that's going to have to come to me. So I'll have to wait for the registration. Hopefully they can get it to me quick. But they won't send you the registration until the shop passes the truck on a DOT. They won't send it to you. I get it. It's just one more step in the process, I guess. And I still have to have a road test to prove I can still drive. It's easy to forget how to drive one of these beasts. I could argue the point, but we see it every day out there. It makes you wonder how they ever passed the original driving test when they got hired on. But that's a whole nother video and a whole nother story. Not to say I'm perfect, but some people out here make you wonder. Yeah, so that's where I'm at on the truck. It's baby steps at this point, trying to get everything completed. There's my new cooler. I had a refrigerator in the last truck, so I sold my other cooler. According to the ratings, this one's supposed to be better. It better be, because it is a little more expensive, but it has the same capacity as the other one. I can tell you the fan on it does look more heavy duty than the Coleman I had. So yeah, we'll see how that works. But yeah, got the bed made, mattresses put down. I hadn't even unwrapped the mattresses till today, just so they'd stay out of the way, because I knew they was going to have to get under the bunk, especially doing the install on the Qualcomm. Yeah, so she passed DOT, so we should be good to go as far as that is. I know one thing I'm going to do when I get a chance is I'm going to have the drive tires rebalanced on this truck. Unfortunately, the terminal will not mess with tires on IC trucks, from what I've been told here. I just don't. The company that the dealership hired or got the tires through, they installed the weights on the outside of the rim. It just, to me, it looks hokey. I know they can be balanced without all that. They can do it on the inside of the rim. Yeah, I just don't like weights hanging off the side of it. It just looks hokey to me. It just does. And I don't like it. So I'll get that taken care of eventually, if I ever get back out of the terminal. So yeah, I'm all but done for the day. I got my pre-pass, easy pass, and my K-tag installed on the windshield. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Of course, I'm making a video, so now I start yawning. Yeah, other than that, we're good. I think we're good. Get these other two little tasks done and off we go. If somebody gets a chance, could you tell me what this big black stick out of the floor, what the hell is that thing? I haven't had one in a while. I don't know what it's for. Yeah. Real quick. Yeah, it's not real quick. It's never real quick with me. You guys know that by now. I always say real quick, and here we are 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes later. Damn, I wore the cruise button out of this bad boy. Yeah. This virus scenario that we're all dealing with right now, when it first started, and the person in the White House was calling it a hoax and downplaying the severity of it, and basically saying it would be gone quickly for political reasons, I am a gathering. There are people that decided to make some YouTube videos regurgitating that same nonchalant attitude toward this virus. For those of us that are healthy, we need to, and you know, everybody's going to end up with it eventually. It's just, there's no immunity to it as of yet, because it's a new virus for us. It was in animals, which is where most coronaviruses, you know, they originate, and they jump to humans, and then we have, you know, if everybody remembers the swine flu, the bird flu, you know, that's all the same family of virus, I'm guessing, from what I've heard from the medical experts that are talking about it. My problem with when this first started, there was a few people that jumped out there regurgitating the same don't care attitude that they were hearing. You know, because that's where you get your expert information, is from political leaders, not, you know, medical doctors and scientists. I would just like to say, don't regurgitate information until you have all the facts. If you base your information off someone with no, if it's a medical issue and you're basing your information off someone with no medical knowledge or background, there's your first mistake. And especially if you have people that watch your YouTube. I mean, I have subscribers and I appreciate them watching. I'm not going to give you, I'm not going to tell you anything that's fact on anything like this, because I don't know for sure. Even the medical professionals in this country are still learning on this virus. They're still not 100% on transmission. They have a pretty good idea from what they say. The steps they're taking is because of the fact that it is new. It is spreading, as we've seen in other countries, even with quarantines and locking cities down like they did in China. It didn't really do anything to stop the spread of this virus. It transmits very easily, from what I've heard. And again, this is from medical. This ain't from some talking personality on TV that has no other goal in life except to make his next $1 million contract. This thing it's more contagious than the flu. That's what I've heard. You can go on, you know, the WHO's website, World Health Organization's website. You can go on the CDC's website. That's where your information should come from. And if you do listen to, talking heads on TV, make sure you're listening to the doctors and the experts that are in the field, and not some talking head that's got no other desire except to increase the ratings of the show. Just, it's fact. Just use common sense and be safe. The problem is, like myself, I'm not worried about myself. It's not. I'm not scared of this virus. The problem is I have people in my family. My parents are elderly. My mother has existing health conditions. My wife has existing health conditions. And if you just go out and just ignore everything you're being directed on, and you drag this home to those that might not have the health to weather this virus, that's just stupidity. Why not err on the side of caution? If you don't care about yourself, that's one thing. But do realize that this can be, and it has been, a deadly disease. People are passing away from this virus, from complications of this virus. And I know I'm not supposed to rub my face, but my eye really itches. But I just washed and Purelled my hands when I came out of the terminal, getting the IFTA stickers. But the thought process and the reason I'm saying this is, if you have any platform that allows you to give information to others, make sure it's the right information before you just go off and start regurgitating the crap from people that have no medical clue whatsoever. It's like, if your transmission blows up in your car, you're not going to take it to Jiffy Lube to have, an oil technician, I guess they're called oil techs now, change your transmission out or rebuild it for you. So when you're looking for information on something like this, I would imagine listening to medical professionals would probably be the better course of action than listening to talk show hosts. Just saying. And the reason I'm doing this video, the one thing I can pass on to you that I've heard, I've heard people say, reference the flu in conversation with this virus. Yeah, people do die of the flu every year. And again, it's usually the most vulnerable of us that do that. So yeah, but the difference is the flu is a natural occurring event for humans. I don't know if anybody hasn't had the flu, probably more than once, but our bodies have been able to develop some immunity to that virus but we do get strains that are very deadly. As if the flu shot is not the same shot every year, they try to pick what they believe is going to be the prominent strains for the upcoming flu season, and that's what they make the shot from. And sometimes they miss it, and some people are affected by a strain that they didn't plan for. But our bodies do have some immunity to this because we've all had it, whereas this virus, no humans have had it until now, and our bodies have not had a chance to build up any antibodies to this virus. And at this point, even the experts are telling people they're not sure if you would develop an immunity to this virus if you have it and get over it. So that's why, don't pass on information unless you know what you're talking about. And even if you do think you know what you're talking about, always reference people to go listen to the people that know. Don't make broad assumptions. I think you're doing the people that watch your channel a disservice when you do that, because you could actually affect someone's life. People listen to others. They just do, especially when someone's got a big following. I don't. And again, I appreciate everybody that does watch. My goal is not to, if I ever got to 1,000 subscribers, I'd be extremely grateful. That's not the goal. For me, I just like making the videos. Whether anybody else does, I don't. Watching them does, I don't know. That's for you to decide. But yeah, I'm just, there's one person in particular, and I'm not going to call anybody out because I don't get into all that tit for tat crap. But they made a video basically downplaying it. It was overhyped media, blah 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 blah, because that was what was being said by the power that be right now. And turned right around a couple videos later and was doing a video on how to sanitize your truck. Again, before you make a video that you're going to give information that could affect others in an adverse way, think about it before you do it. Think about it before you do it, because this has turned out to be way worse than anybody was prepared for. We should have been prepared. People drug their feet, lived in denial too long, and now it's gotten to the point it's gotten to. And again, the thing is, think about your friends and family. That's why they're trying to keep people from being too close to one another, to make it easier to spread this. It's not necessarily about the individual. It's about those that you love, that you come in contact with, that you could hurt by just disregarding everything and just hard heading on and just refusing to listen to anyone. And there are people like that. We've all met them. But don't be that person. If you are that person, it's fine for yourself, but don't be that person to everybody else. Just don't, please. So yeah, even the vaccine that they're developing, they're trying out right now. It's a year before they'll know if that was even effective. I'm sure there'll be other iterations that might come out down the road. But again, when they come up with a new one, it's going to be a long, drawn-out process to know if it's even going to work. So just be safe, be smart, and use common sense. Use common sense. Wash your hands. You should be washing your hands anyway at this point. If you're not, then shame on you. That's nasty. And we all see it. People still to this day run in the bathroom, use bathroom, run right back out. And the next thing you know, you see them over, getting food off the little rotisseries. Just wash your hands. Not for yourself, but for others. For your family. If anything, if you take away anything from this, think about your family. You don't have to care about anything else. If you think about your family and you do things that would protect your family, then chances are you'll do things better for everybody. But yeah, that's my spiel on the virus. Other than the fact that if anybody's been in Pennsylvania, I heard this the other day and I checked on it, and it is true that they are closing rest areas, or have closed rest areas, which I find overkill, you can close the facility. Therein lies another issue, because if people have to use the bathroom, they're going to use it. And we all know how some truck drivers like to leave their expenditures. I could see closing it to non-essential people, like your regular everyday driver. Fine, close to those people. But truck drivers, we still need to be out here, especially now with everybody buying out stores. We're going to need to move more freight to get these stores stocked back up. And if you take away parking from us, that just doesn't comprehend. It doesn't make sense to me. What I can suggest you do that I did, call and complain. If enough, and one thing we do well, truck drivers do well. We have a very solid skill set when it comes to that, is complain. This just gives you another outlet to do that. So call your it don't even have to be your representative. Just call the DOT, complain to them. Call the state senators there's only 2 per state, so call both of them. It only takes 5 minutes to say, hey, this is ridiculous, you need to do something about this. And I'm talking state senate, not state senators, your federal government senators. There are obviously more state senators, but if you get if you get a hair sideways, it's not hard to look up phone numbers. Call and complain. Squeaky wheel gets the grease, kind of a thing. As far as I'm concerned, I did. I called last night to one of the senators out of Kentucky and complained to them.
Got anything better to do than to sit there?
No, I'm just thinking about driving. But I called and complained because this relief bill that's come out of the House, I don't know if they voted on it yet. I haven't checked here lately. But one senator was holding it up. It's easy to do when you got money, and we all know what senators and Congress people make in this country. So it's easy to do things that doesn't affect you directly, which I thought was childish and very disingenuous. Because while this is one step, this economy is going to take a huge hit, no matter what your political leanings are, or how you think of the current situation. The economy is going to take a hit. It is going to take a big hit. And this is when, the federal government needs to step in. They step in when they don't need to be, and get in the way a lot of times and waste money. But right now is when you need them to step up and do what they're elected to do. Because people are going to suffer. People are going to suffer. No one's looking for a handout. So for somebody starts with this, pull up your bootstraps and figure it out, there's going to be no figuring to it. The president's own financial guy, Mnuchin, told the Senate yesterday that it's a good possibility that unemployment could go to 20%. At that point, I don't want to hear this, because I guarantee you, if you get hurting enough, government assistance will be welcomed. I don't care who you are. I know people right now that have gotten benefits from the state they live in, but right to this day, now that their situation's improved, will sit there and downgrade anyone for getting that same assistance that they got themselves at one point. I don't talk to those people anymore because I try to limit the amount of idiots in my life. Everyone at some point could use help. Are there people out there that will milk the system for everything they can get? Yes, there is, and there always will be. You see it out here in trucking. The way some of these guys act, it's all about them. They don't care about anybody else. They don't care if they're in your way. They don't care, as long as it doesn't affect them, they don't care. We see it every day. And it's the same mentality out there. If you offer something, you're going to have people that's going to try to scam the system. It's just the way it is. But there are going to be people that need help, and they don't need to be penalized because of those people. So before this turns into a complete 3-hour rant, if you can take anything away from this video, just think about others and what you do and how that might impact them. And then, live in, like that, just because, it's the right thing to do. To me, it's the right thing to do. But as always, I appreciate you taking the time. Be safe, and we'll talk to you.